Hi everyone, it's me, Arielle, and it's Wednesday Warriors, and today I'm going to be talking about self-esteem, building it up, and things that you can do to improve it. And I will direct you to a video that I did quite a while ago. We did a sort of a rotation for the We Are Freedom Fighters channel about a year ago or so, maybe longer, on self-esteem and motivation and self-confidence and things like that. So you can check that out as well. As far as self-esteem is concerned, I am under the impression that many people, both men and women, who do not suffer from eating disorders have issues with self-esteem, and that's because we are sort of building ourselves up to these high ideals, and it's partly the fault of society, it's partly the fault of people around us sometimes, maybe authority figures who expect certain standards from us, things like that. But it's just such a shame that instead of being proud of ourselves for the things that we do and for loving the things that we do have, we're constantly worrying about the things that we don't have, or we are constantly seeking to improve ourselves. And improving ourselves is a great thing in a way, because I think part of the purpose of life is to keep making ourselves better versions of the people that we are. But when people think that they are imperfect beings and they are setting out to make themselves perfect, to sort of tweak everything about themselves until they're satisfied, most often they never really are satisfied, and that's where you kind of run into some problems where you're never happy with yourself, and then you don't have a happy life. Self-esteem can be a hard thing to improve if you have lived your life hearing negative things, because hearing negative things really can make an impression upon a person, whether that person is a child, a teenager, or an adult. And I think, we've always heard, if you hear you're stupid or you're ugly or you're fat enough times, you really start to believe it, and it really can take a toll on your self-confidence and your self-esteem. But along those lines, if we know that that is the case, then it stands to reason that positive reinforcement instead of negative reinforcement would sort of reinforce the opposite. So my number one tip, my number one suggestion is to surround yourself with positive things, to tell yourself positive things, and to make it so that whenever you turn to something to help you cope, you are seeing something positive instead of something negative. And a couple of the ways that I think of to do this are to write positive Post-it notes, maybe stick a couple on your refrigerator, stick a couple on your mirror in your bathroom, stick a couple on a bulletin board in your bedroom, maybe even on your computer monitor, places that you are going to see regularly, multiple times a day, places that are in the general living space. And, they don't have to be silly. They don't have to be quotes that you spend hours finding on the internet or anything like that. They simply need to be, you are beautiful, or you are smart, you are loved, or even things like, you can make today a great day. Really simple sentences like that. And they sound silly when you kind of just list them all out like I am right now, but really when you keep turning your head and this is what you're seeing on a regular basis, you might not even realize that you're reading it, but the fact that it's always there in your peripheral vision, that it's always there as part of your day, and you don't have to think about it being there, you don't have to force yourself to open a journal and read something positive, you don't have to force yourself to stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself something positive. It's just there, and it's sort of like you'll start to forget that it's even there for the purpose of positive reinforcement, but it will be doing its job. And I really do think that things like that infiltrate the daily happenings of life, and they do really have a positive effect. I know I've done a video in the past where I showed YouTube viewers the frame that's in my bathroom right by my mirror, and it has 3 quotes, and I'm actually in my bathroom right now because I wanted to show you and because the light is pretty good in here. But off to the side here, the first one is, taking joy in living is a woman's best cosmetic. And I have that quote up there because the point is, it's not about makeup, it's not about your hair, it's not about, doing all this stuff. It's taking joy in life is really what you can do to make yourself look your very best. And that's a message that I want to keep reinforcing for myself. I've had that quote up there for over 3 years at least. The second quote that I have up there next to my bathroom mirror is, "Don't compromise yourself, you're all you've got." And that's one of my favorite quotes of all time, and it's Janis Joplin. And you just have to keep remembering that, because sometimes we can be our own worst enemies. And if we just remember that we shouldn't be compromising ourselves and that we truly, at the core, are all we have, then it's a really big life lesson. And then the last quote I have up there is, "Beauty is not in the face, beauty is a light in the heart." And I just think that that speaks volumes, and you can figure out for yourself why that is so important. But besides the posted idea, I've talked many, many times in many different videos and on my blog about my little cell phone trick. I'll tell you again. Basically, in my cell phone, I have the alarm feature where I have it set to say, "Today is a great day," every single morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. So without me thinking about my phone doing that, I could be having a horrible day, I could be just having a regular day, I could be at work at my desk, I could be, waking up at 11 o'clock when I sleep in late and coming down and seeing that there when I look at my phone. And it's just sort of reinforcing, today is a great day. And today might really not be a great day because so many things could be going wrong, but that positive reinforcement telling me that today is a great day. It is in fact a great day because the sky is there. I have people who love me. The sun is shining. I'm alive. I woke up. Just a whole bunch of different things. And that statement's just reinforcing that. And I change that alarm every year after the new year. So I'm almost due for a new one. I'm trying to figure out what I want to use. But the year before last, I think it was "I like myself" or something along those lines. That might have been the first one. This is the third one I've done. But, one like "I like myself." Now, maybe you don't believe that yet. But if you keep having a phone alarm every single morning of your life for a year saying, "I like myself, I like myself," it does work. It does do something. It helps your mindset. It helps your self-esteem. It helps your self-confidence. It might make you laugh for the first 2 months that you see that show up, but the fact is it's still showing up, and you don't have to think about telling yourself that. Something else is telling you that every day. So I really believe in that. I always say, don't knock it till you try it, and I would definitely try it. And like I always tell you guys, I don't suggest things that I haven't tried myself or things that I don't think work. And I consider myself recovered and I'm doing well and fine and, living a great life here, but I still do that cell phone trick. I make it apply to my life so that I remember the important things. And I really think that things like that do matter, and don't underestimate positive reinforcement, because we don't underestimate negative reinforcement, and we all know that that has a huge impact. So just turn it around and make it work for you. I think when we tell other people that we find them beautiful or kind or smart, it somehow reinforces our own self-esteem. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it makes us feel good for paying a compliment, or if in other people we recognize the good qualities in ourselves. And since we can't allow ourselves at times to tell ourselves that we're great, if we tell other people, we're somehow reinforcing that for ourselves. And, maybe that's a part of it. But I do think that telling other people, especially young girls and women, that they are special or beautiful or kind or great friends or, anything that might apply, really can be helpful, obviously to them, but also to us and also to, our hearts and our life. And I did a video called Tell Her, but I'm going to post the link to that because that's one video that I've gotten a lot of great feedback on, and I really like it, and I think it speaks volumes. So I'm going to leave you with that this week, and I hope everyone is doing well out there, and I will see you all next time.